I know one crazy toxic thing that I did.
Tell me.
And it led to something crazier. I was like so toxic. I was this crazy boyfriend. Like, I logged into her Snapchat from the password. It worked. The password worked. I checked her messages. And come to find out, one of my other friends at the time was texting her at the same time, trying to get at her.
Like, I'm sure they use the same password. Sure enough. So I used the password for their Snapchat, logged in, saw everything, and I logged right back out. I knew what I had seen and I was fucking heartbroken, but I couldn't believe it. So like the next day at the same time, because this person used to go to like practice for like 3 hours out of the day. So I knew I had that like 3-hour window where the phone would not be touched, so I could log in, right? And they would log me out.
My
So
gosh.
as soon as like I would get that last message, I knew exactly what time.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Jathaly podcast.
Welcome back to another episode, guys. Today is Thursday, and we are currently filming this at 4:04 p.m., May 16th. Happy mid-May. We are halfway done with the month. We are halfway done with the day. By the time you guys are watching this, it's the end of the day, so I hope you have a good night or a good morning if you're watching this Friday morning.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that like a month ago we were in a van, or a month and like 6 days we were in a van, and we didn't really experience our month of April. And now that I think about it, a month later, we're here in May, and it's just gone by so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, but I miss the van so much. The van changed our life, and I will forever be so grateful for that experience. And I think it was by far the best experience we could have had, not only because it was extremely fun and it was extremely, like just inspiring, the whole thing that you don't have to live in a certain place. And like, but it was such an informative trip. Like, we learned so much about vehicles and about like how do you run a vehicle with like stuff in the back, like the transmitters and all this other stuff. And it was just such a good trip.
Was it your favorite trip of all time, would you say?
I don't know about all time because Australia was a dream. My fall trip was a dream.
Yeah, we've had a couple good ones.
But it was for sure, I think, when it comes to an informative trip and a life-changing trip, that was the top.
Yeah, it's more of like an adulting trip, right?
It changed my life.
Yeah.
I think it did. And I haven't been able to, like, I'm still very much in that mindset, which is crazy, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was talking to my friends about this the other day. I was like, van life truly changed my life, but I can't even explain to you how. Like, it just changed my perspective on everything. Like, it changed my perspective on, like, consumerism and like just so much stuff.
It gives you a lot of gratitude, especially when you're out your own home and you could have as many resources as you want, compared to the van where you're like trapped in a little car and everything's minimal.
It's crazy because like prior to the van trip, I used to think that our home was so small, and I was like, oh my
Me
gosh,
too,
like,
I agree.
And like now after the van, I'm like, this home is huge. Like, we have 3 bedrooms. Like, what more? If this house had a backyard, I could live here for like many more years. The one thing that's pushing us out is the backyard because of the girls, but this place is awesome.
It's sad because we can't have both. We can't have a house and the van. So like whenever we want to dip, just, hey, let's go in the van, load everything up and dip, because
it's too much money.
Truly, vans or the newer vans are so expensive.
But no, not just that. Also, like, I do want to, actually, somebody asked me to do a cost breakdown on the van, and I think we should actually probably do that this video earlier on. But just kind of like at the top of my head, van life was not a cheap thing. Now, it was cheaper than living in an apartment. Like, if you decide that you want to do a van life trip, it's going to save you money. Like, you will save money, especially if you don't go and you get a brand new van. Like, you'll save good bucks. But it's not necessarily cheap, because it's not like we were filling up our tank. But you know what? No, granted, we were traveling like 6 hours every day. Now, if you were to just stay in one location, we wouldn't have paid that much in diesel, right? We probably would have had to fill up like twice a week rather than 7 days a week. And the water was free.
The water, yeah, gas stations are cool about that. I think it's like a state requirement where the water is free at gas stations.
I don't think it's like required, is it?
Because it's a necessity for the vehicle, you know.
No,
it's
so
not like
we found water at truck stops.
Mm-hmm.
It was one gas station we found water at, but never after that. It was just one, remember? The one in, where was that, Utah?
Yeah.
In Utah, but that was the only place.
It was like a Chevron or something, and it had a water pump.
Yeah, and it was like right there on the corner. But that was the only one. Other than that, we had to fill up at truck stops.
Yeah, where they had like showers and everything for the actual people that live on the road, yeah.
Yeah, I think that water was like for people who are like traveling, like truckers and that kind of stuff. But water was free, and electricity gets charged through your diesel. So I didn't even notice it. We never plugged in or anything. But we also you don't use that much electricity because like our stove was propane. So we don't have to use our electricity for the stove.
And then some of them have solar, so like that even saves a
Ours
lot
had
more.
solar.
Exactly. Okay, so ours had
Had
solar. Mhm.
Yeah, not even just that, but also because our van, the one that we had so many windows, right? We didn't need to use lights very often. Just at night, we would open all the windows, and it was so bright in that place. It was literally actually so bright. So we didn't pay for electricity. So it's not the most expensive, but I think the part that would get expensive is paying the van.
Yeah, like every day you have like the fee, like the 100. How much was it? You
No,
want to do a
babe,
cost
paying the
breakdown?
van. Paying the van.
Yeah, 100%.
The van, like the actual cost of the van, that would be
Like
expensive.
the car note.
Yeah, because we were looking at them and like, so you have to buy the van, and that ranges like if you want an all-wheel drive vehicle or a 4x4 vehicle, like which I strongly recommend. If you're gonna do van life, I strongly recommend you to have that vehicle because we were really held back because our vehicle wasn't all-wheel drive.
Yeah, we were in a time crunch because we had to get out of certain places because of the storms that were coming. There was a city where we were trying to get Wi-Fi in, and we were at a coffee shop uploading our clips, and we had a dip like immediately after getting there because we seen rain and hail, and we're like, if we stay longer, we're gonna slip and we're gonna crash.
And we were slipping.
We were slipping. We left at the perfect time.
Yeah, we were in the highway. We were scared for our life. Like we didn't even record because we were just like we were slipping on the highway. So
in those situations too, like I have to act calm. Even though if I am scared, I act calm just to like, I don't know why Nat's in the passenger seat like shitting her pants because she thinks we're gonna turn this bitch. But
no, but I really trust you. I really do.
Do you?
Now I do. I really. I
think
trust
you've been trusting me for a little bit because when we were in Colorado, that's like the worst.
Babe, you
driving
keep saying
experience.
you keep saying it's Colorado, babe. It was Washington.
Okay, Washington.
No,
but Colorado too. Remember when all the snow
was pretty bad too.
Dude, the snow made the car look like it was going still. It
no,
wasn't
this
moving.
winter really made Jake a man for real because he honestly, I trust Jake driving in these conditions more than I trust myself. Like in the windy stuff, like honestly, I just wanted to do it to prove a point. But I would be so much more comfortable that if you were to drive. And also I didn't want to feel like, oh, I need Jake to drive. Dude, I'll shoot myself in the fucking foot before I say, oh, I need you to drive, babe. Please drive for me. No. And I was so scared. But I was like, I'm going to thug it out. And I did. I drove the whole way through those winds.
One of the funniest moments, we're doing like a little recap of what's been going on, but one of the funniest moments was when like I was really tired of driving. I was really like exhausted, and I just like decided to stay in the Airbnb and sleep. And then Nat's like, I want to go real quick and go out and go to the roller coaster real fast. And then I'm like, she gets the keys. I'm in the bed laying down for like 10, 15 minutes, not even like 5-10 minutes. And then I'm like, I bet this girl hasn't even left. So I get my shoes on, go outside, and she's still trying to put the car in 4x4. And I'm like, dude, it's a big slap in the face, and it's so funny.
No, babe, that was bad though. It like the roads, bro, like this much snow.
They were thick.
Like that was, I didn't even know if we could go out. But then the fucking neighbor, so she's parked right next to me, right? The owners of the house of that like place, the Airbnb, bro, little Subaru drives out, dooms down the road. I was like,
nothing's more crazy than like people that live in like bad conditions, but they're local to the town.
Dude,
and they could drive a bike or ride a bike and they'll be good.
No, but I love that, Jake, because those people aren't incompetent. I'm fucking tired of incompetent ass people. And like, honestly, my biggest fear is to ever become an incompetent ass person.
Nah, but you're telling me you're going to go to Florida, like a city full of alligators and go swim in like clear water lakes?
That's stupidity. That's not incompetence.
Nah. They know.
Babe, if you, let's say I'm traveling from here, right? And I don't know my environment, right? And I've never seen that lake before, and I think it looks sus, but to prove a point, I'm not gonna jump in that's different, right? What I'm talking about is people who are just like built so different that they can manage through any kind of storms and that different kind of stuff. Jumping into an alligator filled lake is stupidity. That is not incompetent.
The alligators aren't gonna bite you. They're gonna swim past you. Hell no.
Nah, but you know who is like actually top of the fucking line? These crazy ass people who I wish that I was. Like, I want to be like them, but I won't. It's too late. I'll never be like that.
Zookeepers.
Australian people.
Why?
Jacob, are you really asking me why right now? Australian people are particularly like the people in the like suburbs, but no, every single Australian person that I met in Australia, not scared of the fucking spiders. Do you know who Anna Paul is?
I think I've seen a couple of her videos.
Okay, so she's basically this TikToker. And she's great.
Is she the one with the big old backyard and like there's a kangaroo jumping in the back of it? I think you showed me a video.
I don't know if that was her. No, but anyway, she makes this
Sean,
video.
Shonda Paul, that's who I know. Okay, go.
So she makes this TikTok, and she was like, where she's going out with her friends or whatever, and then like, and they get into like, I think a car, and they go to the beach, and then they're swimming, and then she's like, oh, look at it, while we were swimming, a cute little water snake came next to us. It was so cute and so friendly. Jake, there's a long ass snake, right, swimming like right there next to them, and she's like, oh, it's so cute, and I was,
bro, I can't even get that close to a worm. I don't even like worms. Imagine a water snake.
Literally, I was like, and she's so pretty. She's such a baddie, and like that is the way that she is. Isn't that crazy?
She's like a baddie, and she doesn't care about like the wildlife. She's like,
no, she's just,
oh my gosh, a spider! Here, let me move it and put it outside.
Yeah,
that's crazy,
dude. People are not built like that for the most part. You know what I mean? I would say I'm not the like biggest bitch ever, right? And I would not. Dude, a spider downstairs, I'll flip. You know. And it's just so crazy to me. But yeah, Australian people are very much like up there. And I just wish like nothing more than to be able to raise my kids to be like that, like badasses, because it's truly what's going to get you through life. Or if you're not raised like that, you're like me and Jake, who have to be thrown into these situations and figure it out. And
literally thrown into them.
So Jake is honestly just like, he went from being, I honestly could not trust Jacob to drive a vehicle with me in it. Like when we first met, that was like, we'll get into it later in this
podcast. I do my dumb stuff, all right? I know, I see all your comments saying, I would never let Jake drive this and that, bruh. I be driving worse conditions. I do like the bad stuff happens to me when like there's nothing going around. You get
comfortable, yeah. I think the issue with you is that you get comfortable and then that's why stuff happens. But in those situations, you're
like,
obviously...
I'm on focus mode. I'm
yeah.
like...
yeah, you're obviously like more, yeah. But it's so crazy, and I think these situations have made you grow so much, and like now we know so much more, but van life truly took whatever we knew and like brought it so much higher up. Like, dude, it's crazy because before that, I don't know, I used to think of van life and I was like, you don't know the little things of like figuring out how you're going to sleep and where you're going to sleep and what apps there is to find places to sleep at, and like the dangers of, you know, pulling up to a fucking random ass parking lot and sleeping in it, you know, that kind of shit. You just like, now we know and we learned, and it's just, that's why I think that I will forever be like really changed. And it doesn't even have to be van life. Like, I wonder what's going to be our next life-changing trip.
Like that prepares us for life?
Not just prepares us for life. It changed our life. You know what I'm talking about. So it's like, it changed the way we see things in every aspect. Money.
I don't know what could be like van life. What could inform you more about the world and about your environment than van life?
No, I think more about like your life. Like, we never thought that we could ever have a life like outside of here. Like, I feel like we always thought, oh, you know, buy a house and live here. And
I think that's why people should always take risks and like not be comfortable in those spots, right? Because truly in the future we're gonna be taking big risks and we're gonna be getting big rewards because of it. Because we're not scared. We're like we're ready.
Scared.
We are scared, but we're ready to get thrown into situations and see what happens from there.
It's a weird thing because, like, no one wants to be uncomfortable, right? Like, I hate being uncomfortable. I hate not being in control. Like, I'm a control freak. I need everything to be in, like, a certain way for me to be okay.
And that's the difference between you and I, because if you're in control, like, whatever we do, you're always the person that's in control, right? So I feel like for me, I'm really good at adjusting because I'm just thrown into these situations. Like, literally anything, I'm like, all right, what do you want to do? And then you say this and that, and I'm like, all right.
It doesn't make it any easier for you, by the way.
And it doesn't make it any easier for you either.
Yeah, I don't think that you have an easy job because you never know what we're doing. And like whatever I throw at you, I have time to prepare because I'm already thinking of what we're going to do. But you don't have any time to prepare. You know?
Yeah, like in my mind, I'm like pre-planning audibles and stuff. So just in case like one thing goes one way and another thing goes the other way, I'm just like having these little scenarios.
Like I literally told Jacob that we were going to be surfing like the day we landed in Australia. So like this kind of stuff, like Jake doesn't really have time to like process things because he just kind of like, I tell him the plan and he goes with the plan, which is such a great thing because I could never do that. I'm like, I need to be in control and plan and make sure schedules fit and that they're going to be good for the vlog. But I think I love that you trust me enough to know that I'm going to book good stuff or do good stuff for the vlogs.
I do. I definitely see like your planning when it comes to videos and stuff. That's why like when I wake up or when I'm filming a vlog, I can start my vlog at 10 a.m. and get like a really good filmed vlog by the end of the day. But for you, you have to have it starting in the morning and you plan it out thoroughly. But like, I just come up with stuff on the spot. And that's what my editor was saying. My editor was like, dude, how do you come up with this? Like, okay, here, I'm gonna give you a little behind the scenes. So look, do you see the background? There's like a little bit of editing information. The background's the same, right? So if I duck, the background's gonna stay the same. Like, I get a blank picture of the background. I move. I tell my editor to catch that background, put it under my the what I'm gonna do right now, and as soon as I go under, like I don't know how to explain it, but I could disappear. It's so cool. If you know like editing softwares and editing, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
I see it in your videos all the time. You guys really slay.
It's cool, right? Kind of and I just come up with that on the spot, and
your editor's really
that.
good.
Dude, my editor carries. He's a fucking genius. I love you,
He's
Supla.
really good. He's really good, and I think you guys are able to really execute a good vision.
Have you watched my fishing vlog yet? You gotta go watch that. That one's really good.
You guys slayed the editing too?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, you're really good about like transitions and stuff, and I feel like I'm more about storyline.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the only thing that could have been better in my video was that if it was daytime, it would have been 100 times better because it was like more dark footage. Yeah. And if my freaking friends know how to record good instead of eating a freaking piece of rib and having the camera facing only from my chest down.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
Dude.
Fired.
Fired, right?
Fired.
Roy was cameraman, right? So I'm cooking up on the stove and I'm feeding everyone at the same time.
Why did you take a tripod?
It was dark and they had a flashlight.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm cooking and getting the food all hot because earlier we had like a little party and I took leftovers. So I give Roy a rib and he's on cameraman duty. I should have thought. And then he's just eating and then I'm looking at him like I can see him, but I can't see the camera angle. And I look at the camera, I'm like, oh, it's pointing down. Hold up. And then comes to find out, like when I'm watching the video to revise it, it was like the worst quality footage.
Fired.
I was like, damn.
And that's the reason why, like, I specifically only film with you. Because you wouldn't pull some shit like that. And if you do, you get in trouble.
Yeah, and even I mess up.
Yeah. You get in big trouble.
And you know that I always like notice that about other videos, like whenever they have a videographer, I'm like, dude, this video, they need to change the videographer ASAP because you know how some videos are like that rather than having
just talking about that
rather than having like two cameramans focusing on one person all the time and the other one the other time. Like, yeah, I don't know. I get dizzy from like the grocery store pranks. The camera's just like always going left and right, left and right.
I fucking hate those kinds of videos.
I love them, but
they give me headaches so
bad.
They
do give me headaches when it's only one videographer.
Yeah, I think when when I first started vlogging, I would always do that. And I felt like now that I look back at my videos, I get dizzy watching my old videos. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, get a tripod, girl. Like, stop doing that. It just does not look good at all. Anyway, continuing on. Moving forward, I don't think I did a van life cost breakdown. But I would need to put it together for you guys, for me to give you a breakdown.
It's a little old news, so you don't remember the numbers off the top of your head.
I don't remember. It's been like a month, so I don't remember the exact numbers.
What was the total you paid for
the van? Yeah,
for the van.
The van I paid like $2,000 with my insurance and everything.
With insurance?
With insurance.
Oh wow! What the heck? Damn, 2,000. Oh, it's 2 weeks though. So probably if you do like a whole month, maybe it'll be cheaper.
So yeah, I think if you like bundle, it gets cheaper. But for each day, I think it was $200, which it really isn't bad because that's what you pay for hotels anywhere else. Like that's what you pay for it. So it was like $200 a night. It was like $2,000. And obviously, if you're gonna pursue this lifestyle, like you could buy a van for way cheaper than like $200 a day. But this was a good way to like test out how, if you're gonna like this lifestyle, if you're not. But it's a good way to figure that out. What size you're gonna want, like for the van, because we had a small body, but you could get the longer. Like now, if we were to get a van, we'd get the long body. Just things like that you need to before you actually buy. What?
Dude, now, since we're still on the van topic, did you see the girl post a video where she walks in her van, puts a YouTube video of us?
No.
You didn't see that?
No, where?
Yes, it's on TikTok. Someone posted it. If you know what I'm talking about, please tag us in it. So you're not gonna find it. It's a little old. So So I don't think she lives in it like 100%. I could be wrong, but it's her like walking outside. It looks like it's in the like a backyard or in the front yard or whatever. She's walking into it and she's just doing like a little cool shots, and then her dog's with her. And she turns on the TV, just lays in the van on the bed.
And it's us?
And it's us. She's just watching us. Yeah.
Please find that video for me.
I'll find it for you, dude. Shout out to you if you're watching this, comment. And also last podcast, we were talking about like the bartender and then the daughter that knew us. The daughter commented, "We seen your comment."
Dude,
That's so funny.
He told me that. I was like, fuck. I was more embarrassed.
If we need another bartender, we'll definitely reach out.
Oh my gosh. He told me that the other day and I was like, she saw it. It's so embarrassing. But anyway, all right, wrapping up the whole van changed our life, because I feel like I just can't get enough talking about our van life because it was such an incredible journey and I can't wait to live it again. I just want to live van life again, and I think we're just going to end up buying a van one day.
Dude,
we're more financially like good to buy a van. But we just bought a Range Rover, so there's no way we're getting a van right now. No way.
I just want to give a huge shout out to our management that we have for our couples channel, for my channel, and for the podcast. They've been going above and beyond and getting us brand deals. And whenever you guys see a brand deal, just comment about it. Be like, let's go. Wish us luck, because they see it. The brand sees it that sponsored us. And, just click on the links. It gives us a little bit more coin, all right?
Mm-hmm. And if you ever, purchase anything from any brand, at the end, it'll always say,
a survey.
How you heard them from. Always put us. Even if, you didn't even fucking hear us say that brand, just put us. It helps us so much. And, we got such good feedback from Skims when we did that sponsorship with them.
Yes.
And then so many of you guys went on there and said that you heard them from us, and it really, 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 really helps our channel, and it supports our channel so much. And we could buy a van, so please.
we want this van so bad.
We want a van so bad. I think that would be an amazing next journey. Imagine just doing van life for I just want to do van life for 1 year. Just 1 year.
You think you could last for 1 year completely?
Yeah. The only reason I feel like we ended up getting tired on the last one, babe, we were moving too fast, right? It was a new state every day or every 2 days. It was too fast.
You're right, because we had a deadline to meet before we had to head back, and heading back was another 2 days of travel.
And it was 10 days of straight vlogging, and it wasn't just half-ass vlogging. We were full on in it. We were vlogging.
I miss it now. I miss that alpaca.
Yeah, it was so cool. We got to see so much. And not even just that. Imagine if we were to do van life, right? We are going to be able to stay in locations for longer, right? We could stay in a state for a month or 2 or 3 and then move a little bit. And as the weather changes, we get to adjust. And I feel like it'd be so much fun. And I'm just I don't know. I think I've really outgrown being here, and I really want to go.
You know what to do. Just let me know a few hours in advance, and I'll be there with you.
And imagine the babies,
taking the dogs. That's the biggest regret I have, is not being able to take the dogs. So I definitely have to do something in the future and take the dogs and let them explore, because truly, I see on TikTok they have 11 summers and stuff. And I'm like, damn, that makes me so sad.
And we already had 3 with Ellie. Oh, no.
I'm not counting summers. You guys can count summers, but I'm not counting them.
Remember her first summer?
Her first
little baby.
She was a little prick.
She's a piece of shit, dude. Me and Ellie had beef for the first 5 months of her life. Me and Ellie, we were not cool. We hated each other. Bro, Ellie saw me coming, and she
I feel like this is how parents feel when they see little pictures of you when you're little, and your dad's like, yeah.
Oh, he always talks shit. You were an asshole. Oh my gosh, you're right. That's probably how it is with me and Ellie, huh?
That's how. And dude, remember when Thea and Ellie, when they first would meet, Thea would lay on Ellie. She knew she was her older sister.
She knew since the beginning.
The cutest things. If you followed us back then and you seen those pictures, you're the OG, bro. That's that's the beginning of our family.
That was the beginning.
And we didn't even notice.
I just want to expand our family. What if I want more Please.
I thought you wanted a baby. No. I was like, nah.
Fuck them kids till forever.
No, until we have a freaking big pad and a lot of cars and cool stuff.
No.
Till I have a helicopter, a car wash, and a laundromat. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe.
You didn't get the Roman Atwood reference?
I did. I fucking love Roman Atwood. I'm a stan.
We've been binge watching their vlogs.
Dude, I've been watching Roman Atwood for forever. My biggest goal is to meet Roman Atwood. I love them.
Yeah, you give
Roman, I will go all the way to Ohio. Put me on your podcast right now. I'll go.
We'll take our truck just so we can wash it there.
And
I'll put a $10 bill in the machine.
Oh, yeah. Please. And then we'll try the pizza spot across the street. Fly me out. Let me know. Actually, come pick me up in your helicopter.
Yeah, pick us up. We have 2 golden retrievers. And then we'll go back with you.
Yeah, if we could take the Goldens, put little headsets on. Oh, imagine them in a helicopter. So cutie. But yeah, anyway, that's a little bit of our life update as of right now. We are, dude, oh my gosh. Okay, I have good news, and I just want to share it with them.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I signed we signed a few things, so we'll get into the other one right now. I signed a huge deal. I actually, earlier this year, I signed my biggest deal ever, and it was so amazing, and that is... It was the craziest thing. It was the biggest deal I had ever signed before. And when I signed that, that is even so I signed that. We went to pho, right? And I remember just thinking our life really just changed. In that moment I knew. And it's crazy because the way that everything aligned after that, my Mercedes ended up being, totaled, and then I was able to get my range, whatever. Anyway, I signed another big one, and this one is really awesome. It's the biggest in this field. It's not the one that has paid me the most, but it's a pretty cool one because they're basically going to fly me out to Europe. They're going to fly me out to Denmark. Do you know where Denmark is?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know.
You know where Denmark is?
No. Where is it?
Europe.
Oh, Rome. That's where I was going to go in Europe first. Rome. They're taking me to Denmark, and then they're taking me to this little town in Canada. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Is it like a pretty town?
It's like a really cute like mountain town in Canada. And it's so awesome because like they're literally flying me, and I get to just travel, and I legitimately just get to travel the world, and it's so cool because like who would have ever thought? I feel like we were always kind of like telling each other. I remember at first, like a few years ago, or maybe like even like last year, we're like, why is it that we don't get invited to stuff, right? Like I feel like we had these conversations a lot. We're like, why the fuck don't we get invited to stuff? Like why is it that every other like creator gets invited to all these cool things,
like
and
these
like
events,
these
brand events?
Yeah, and why don't we get invited? Like I was like, what the hell? Like it just doesn't make any sense. And I feel like it's all starting to make sense now. I feel like everything's falling into place, and I feel like there was just like another purpose for us. It wasn't to go to these other events. It was to represent like other things like travel and stuff. And I think that it's all starting to make sense, you know, and I think we questioned it a lot.
And I also feel like it gives you a bigger price when you're not invited to everything, because I don't know how to explain it better than like this. So that's going to be a bad reference. But like if you're going to every single event every weekend, I feel like if everyone sees that on your content, like your audience sees that, then they're gonna be like, okay, she's just going to everything that is brand related, rather than you're not going to any of those events. And then you get one brand, like that brand's truly stronger than all, like you go to all like 10, 20 events that you would have been invited to, you know, you're worth more. I think that's what it comes down to.
I know. I'm really glad that we like stuck through it. Even for you too. Like I remember we had a whole conversation about this, and we're like, why is it that like things are like this for us, right? Like for like last year, I think last year and the year before, we were just like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
this makes no
slow.
sense. It just makes no sense. Like we just don't get invited to shit. Like everybody else gets invited to stuff and we don't. Like why? But it all makes sense. Like I just feel like we have a greater purpose, and obviously like we can't be attending all these other events, like because this whole year I have gotten so invited to so many cool things, but I just can't make it because I have to film. And going to these things, it's a whole day. You lose an entire day, right? You lose an entire day and you do nothing. Yeah,
you just stand, unless you truly like know other creators in the field that are going the same day, but we don't really know.
No, like so you go, they give you like something, whatever it is that they give you in that time, and then you leave, and then you just wasted an entire day where I could have been vlogging for you guys, right? And I like creating for you guys. Like you guys are truly like who we're doing this for, is to give you guys content, and it's not to show up to these places to feel like, you know, oh, we got invited here. No, like we are here because we are going to provide you guys entertainment. And now I feel like it all makes sense, because now we get invited to so much stuff, and it's like I turned down like 90% of it because I don't have the time to go and do it. I actually missed out on a really cool event that was like, it was a pickleball or a tennis event with like Aritzia and like and I missed out on it because I had to film a documentary for you guys that hasn't dropped, and I'm like really, really excited for it to drop. But I'm creating this really cool documentary, and I feel like it's all finally starting to make sense, and I feel better. And we're like getting out of it. And I feel like every single time something like this happens, we always have to tell ourselves, like, everything has a bigger purpose. Like we have to everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm a really big advocate for that. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason. And I think not only does it give you reassurance to like whatever happened right there, and it gives you like the peace of mind, but I also do think that everything does happen for a reason, because there's something better for you in the future. And look at us. Yeah. Something's better. Something has been waiting for us in the future.
I signed, and it was so awesome. And by the way, on all this stuff, like my cameraman comes with me. So Jake, all these places that we listed, we're going to them. Anywhere, like anytime a brand wants to take me anywhere, like he has to come. If he doesn't come, I'm not going.
Yeah, I think you've only done one trip. When I was really busy, actually. I had to go to Guatemala, right? Yeah, I had a plan.
But you could have came. You could have came to that.
Oh, could I have?
Yeah, you could have came to that.
Okay, but you had to do a sponsor, right? And dude, Nat was like going through it, because she had to do all the angles by herself. And usually, like, I'm behind the camera, so I'm like, all right, I'll do this angle, then this angle, this angle, this angle. Bring the camera and the equipment with you. but she had to do everything all by herself, and it truly hurts because I don't know. I feel like I'm not your dad, and I'm not holding your hand everywhere you go, but at the same time, I feel like you need help whenever you're doing big stuff like this.
The thing is that, like, I feel like I only need help when you're with me, right? It's like kind of like when we talk about this all the time, how like
you only miss me when I always tell you.
No, you always tell me like, what is it like with the coffee machine and stuff? Like, how come when I'm there, you can't pick it up, but when I'm gone, you were able to bring it downstairs? It's that same.
It's
concept.
the comfort it's the comfort that you feel with me. So you're like, okay, he's here and he could do this now.
Yeah, but when you're not there, it's like, well, somebody's got to do it. So.
And I actually really admire that about you because it's not like whenever you need to go somewhere, you're not gonna be like waiting for me to come back and then go. You're gonna do it automatically on your own time, and you have like stuff to do. If you have stuff to do, then you're gonna do it.
I appreciate your support, babe.
Got you,
I really
brother.
do. But he's going to be coming with me on all that stuff, and we're so excited. It's going to happen all the end of this quarter. So if you see me traveling like crazy by the end of the year, just trust the process. I'm just trying to get my bag.
Boys.
And I'm just trying to travel the world.
Young men, this is a sign. Marry rich. Nah, truly, it feels like with all the blessings that we've gotten, it's like I married rich, you know? Like
Me too.
Right? With all of this.
It's crazy to me. And it's like, I just wish that I could share it more.
Like
Without
get into details more. Maybe in a couple months, maybe a couple years, we'll share more with you. But yeah, it's like truly cool because, dude, I seen like it's like everything I've always seen on TikTok. So I seen another TikTok like about a couple, right? And they're going into like nursing school and stuff, and it didn't plan out for them like accordingly. So they ended up doing Airbnbs, and then they went back to school, and then they're sitting in business class and they're posting it and stuff like, we're sitting business class too, and we don't do as much hard work as them, and it's just like these blessings are insane.
It's crazy. By the way, only go business class if A, you get it for free with points, B, you're going on what are those flights called? A flagship flight, okay? Other than that, don't you dare go business class. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Business is only worth it if there is flagship available, and that means that your seat lays all the way down, so you get to sleep on the plane. If it's that, yes, it's worth all the money in the world because you literally get to sleep. Only if it's like more than like a 6-hour flight, then it's worth it.
If it's a 4-hour flight, just thug it out.
Yeah, just thug it out in the back. Like it's gonna be fine. Like the only time we do business is when it's free. I don't think I've paid for business.
Yeah, you have. You've paid for business.
Have I paid for business?
Yeah.
Maybe before my deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a really good relationship with an airline now, so I don't pay for shit anymore. But before that, I might have paid for it a few times when I was starting to get into my bougie era. But it wasn't even that expensive. I'd pay so you have to buy your normal ticket, and then it was like $150 to upgrade. It wasn't like $1,000, which I know is still a lot of money, but it's not. I feel like when you think first class or business, you're thinking like hella money. Not $150 more.
And I think if you can do it, and if it's like flagship, if you can do it for once, do it. It's the best experience ever. Yeah. You get to go in we're doing a free sponsor. You get to go in like a little office, and you can network with people there if you'd like to. But
you could sit next to, what's her name again?
Gal Gadot. You could sit next to Gal Gadot.
That was crazy. I'll never move on from that.
Quick little story time.
No, they know.
No, but some people might not know.
Oh, okay. One time when I was coming back from New York, I sat next to Gal Gadot and her 2 daughters in business class.
Insane, bro.
Shout out American Airlines, bro. Y'all got me like that.
Dude.
That was crazy. And yeah, that was a whole thing.
Apparently she was coming back from a Taylor Swift concert in New York.
Yeah, she was. I searched up her Instagram because she looked familiar, but I had forgotten who she was. I was confusing her with the girl from
Red.
She is the girl from Red Notice.
Oh, Red Notice.
But I was confusing her with another girl, and I remember asking him, like, what's that girl's name? And then I ended up, that was really cool. But only if it's like a flagship, I feel like that's the only time that it's really worth it. Other than that, like everyone that you see in business class, bro, they're not paying for that shit. Like they have just the credit cards with these airlines. Like they're getting all these flights for free. Like nobody actually, unless you have fuck you money. But at that point, why are you going in a commercial flight? Why aren't you going just private? It just makes... Everyone who's always in freaking first class is always old. That's how I know that their points are racked up to the sky.
Or that they don't even care enough. They're just throwing away their money.
Or they just have fucking money to spend and throw away. But like...
That's what I'm not trying to throw it away, but I'm trying to like get up to their point. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And it all comes down to like, I feel like we've had to find out what is worth spending our money, right? Like there's little things that are worth investing in that will give you more of your time back to make more money. And I feel like that's something that we've had to really figure out. It's like, what is something that is giving us our time back, right? Giving us our time back and making us more money. Right? That kinds of stuff, right? So it's like if we are, let's say if I'm in business, am I going to do more work if I'm in business versus if I'm back in economy? And if it's yes, sure, it's worth justifying it. But reality is I don't do more work up there. I'm tired as fuck in the front and the back. I get motion sickness in the front and the back. Like, it doesn't matter.
If anything, because you could lean back, you're going to go to sleep. Rather than you're in economy, you're actually going to be sitting up straight and doing work on your laptop.
Yeah. So it's like, unless I get those I just don't pay for flights anymore. So that's great. So yeah, we are going to fly business because no, but when did we just fly that we went,
first?
No, we went economy.
Oh yeah, we always fly in economy.
Yeah, because I save more miles.
And if it's if it's less than 4 hours, we're not gonna fly anything else than economy. We're gonna thug it out.
Yeah, if it's less than 4 hours, we'll use the other one. Unless they're giving me like, oh, just go first class, then I'll go first class. We got to upgrade for free on our last flight, so it was like things like that. Like most of the people who go on first class, just they upgrade either for free or just business credit cards, or you know what I mean. Like it's never as pretty as I thought it was. I thought you had to be like ultra mega rich to be in the front of the plane.
Nah, there's people that finesse like the system and like know the points, the point reward system.
Yeah, we need to get better at that for sure. But it's just because we don't have to anymore. It's fine for us. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, dude. It's been like a year since we got like blessed with flights for life.
Everything happens for a reason, so that's the end story.
That's the end story of this.
Yeah. I'm so happy for us.
So
that was just one of the things that we were talking about. And we could tell them about the next one, right?
Have I signed? You've signed.
I signed. You haven't.
I'm going to sign right after this podcast.
It's a podcast network. We're not going to tell you
we had already told them about that.
Yeah. So a couple months ago, actually, we were talking to you about we're going to sign with a network, right? And they're not a network. They're actually a distributor. Yeah. So if you guys are like the podcast listeners that like audio more than the video, or you're just at the gym and you want to like have something convenient to put on, well, it's coming very, very soon to all platforms. Right now, it's mainly on YouTube. Then secondly, Spotify. It's been on there for like the couple of beginning episodes, and then we stopped posting on it because we didn't know how to monetize them. But now we can, and we're gonna be putting it on Apple Music or Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify,
anything you could think of. It'll be on every audio platform ever.
Yes, and they're going to be bringing us some deals. So the content's going to be better. We're going to have a lot more opportunities, and the content's just going to be greater, better, more stories, funnier stories than what is going on right now. And
yeah, we're going to start like bringing more people on. I already know who I want my first guest to be when we really get settled down and everything. And she's a very smart business owner, and she was able to build a cafe from the ground up.
Insane.
And I really want her to come and speak to you guys and tell you like how she did it, the business side. Like I really want you guys to experience these things with us, because if there's something that I love is listening to podcasts of like actually people who are serving a purpose, right?
Rather
like,
than drama. I hate drama.
Dude, it fucking drives me nuts. So like I'm all for like a good, funny drama episode with like a Nelly Joel, somebody like that, right? But I really want to give you guys more of like good, informative podcasts. You know, like we could bring a police officer on and a fire. You know what I mean? Like I really want to give you guys those kinds of episodes. And I already have one, and she's the best. I freaking love her so much. And you guys are going to love her so much.
And then I'm going to try to get some people I've been communicating with too. They're actually real estate agents and top producing real estate agents. So
you're going to get them on?
Yeah. So with them, they want to do one for us, and then we do one for them. That's going to be cool. Yeah.
I'll do it with them. Uh-huh. Yeah, because they're very smart people.
Dude, they came up crazy.
They're wealthy, and I think that they'll be very good to speak
smart.
to you guys.
Yeah, they're very, very informative people. It's not, I don't know. I hope you guys don't get like the wrong impression of the podcast, because truly it is Jathaly, and there's going to be tea here and there. Speaking of tea, our next podcast guest is going to be someone cool. You guys are going to, he's been on here before. We're going to have, can I tell him? Joel's coming back on the podcast.
Yeah. Dude, oh my gosh.
Okay.
Joel.
Quick little intermission. Joel got in another fight. Bro's going at it. Bro's letting his hands go crazy. So he got in another fight. He's going to tell us a story time about that. So that's a little sneak peek. But yeah, like the podcast is going to be, I really wanted it to be an like informative podcast and like actually help people out, rather than like, you know, if you're using your time to watch a podcast and then you're just hearing drama instead of something that could better. Yeah, brain rot. Instead of something that could like better your life. But we can
find a balance.
It's going to be the best.
We can find a purity balance.
We're definitely going to find a balance.
Yeah, find a balance to where it's like, you know, people who want to hear No.
Please.
No.
Natalie, please.
No.
Instead of people that want to hear what?
You're not having that second one, buddy. And yeah, for people that, want to have like a funny episode and then like an informative episode.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of those. Both
yeah, and
of
I'm
them.
just so excited. And things are really going to start to settle down, hopefully by the end of this year. And I'm super excited. It's just going to be so good. And I'm so excited for our future because there's so many good things coming. And dude, we literally spent, I'm seriously manifesting this. Oh my gosh, I just got an email to work.
Wow. I can't see. Hold up. I'm so proud of you. We got another email, guys. A good email.
This is Jake, we manifested this.
I don't think manifestation is a word, but
yes,
blessings are coming your way because
you don't believe in manifestation?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I forget that.
No, I don't believe in manifestation.
Why not? You don't think the earth says hello?
Nah, maybe there does say hello, but I'm a very strong believer in the Bible, and I don't think
that goes against it.
I think manifestation is bad. I've heard it's bad.
I think you've told me that before. No, but I think we've talked about like the putting shit under your pillow and stuff.
If you worship it, like I'm not gonna put a freaking copper stone next to my bed and wish for a fucking copper tree to grow.
I think that's what you had said was.
But
bad.
Stuff like that, yeah. Manifestation. I believe you can empower yourself by thinking and like saying you're gonna do something good.
It's energy. It's like when you're thinking about someone and then like they message you, right? I think that's all linked with energy.
All my energy goes into the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, my brother.
I see that.
Ain't no fucking diamond rock next to me.
I think that the more you like speak and say something, like the more it comes to reality. That's why you're not supposed to like say I'm dumb, I'm this, I'm that, because you like speak negatively.
No. But yeah. If you believe in manifestation and it's working for you, keep going. Do what you do.
Do what you need to do.
Hell yeah.
Babe, we were just talking about that, and you're telling me that I just got this massive deal sent in my inbox.
That's insane. That's
a
I'm
crazy
so
company. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. How does this company want to work with me? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Anyway, continuing, moving forward. Next topic. Now that you've had good talk, now I'm going to really rot your fucking brain.
This is the brain rot section of the video. The reason why you clicked on this. Okay, so now we're going to be getting into, were you a toxic person in a relationship prior to this one we're in right now?
I thought we were starting with ours.
Yeah, that's for the TikTok clip. Come on, brother, get it together.
Wait, what do you mean?
you have to put like a little cool segment and then use that for a TikTok clip.
Oh my, brain rot.
This marketing genius, professional talker. That's all you need to have in a successful podcast. Professional yapper.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna get into toxic story times, things that we did with each other that's so fucking toxic, and things that we've done in the past that are toxic.
Okay, are you ready? You want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
No, you start.
Okay, so I think last podcast we got like a little bit mixed up of the title, and then what actually happened in the podcast. I think not really was it a clickbait, but I wasn't really talking about how insecure I was with you, but this time I am. So. I don't know, for some reason, like you don't have to have like the craziest body, like the body that every guy wants, because I know how guys are and they're gonna look at you regardless, right? Mm-hmm. So whenever you would wear anything without a bra, that thing ticked me off so bad.
Oh yeah, till this day,
dude. Till this day,
but I see why.
Well, now it's just more like when you have bigger. I don't want to say the BOBS word. When you got big jugs, the guys are gonna look at that more, right?
No, but I don't even feel comfortable with that.
And that's why, because you feel it more. You feel like the notice more. But I don't know. There was one time where Nat was wearing no. We're going swimming. In a video, and she was wearing a bikini, and I'm like, why is she wearing a bikini? Put on some spandex and put on a shirt like every normal girl in the world.
Bad, yeah. I remember that.
Dude, isn't it crazy how much I've evolutionized? I just wanted to just put a astronaut suit and just throw it over you. I hated it.
Yeah, I think that was your biggest. So at the beginning of our relationship, Jacob tried to like kind of tell me what I could or couldn't wear, but I was burned. Okay. I had been burned in the past. Like I knew better not to let this shit slide. And like, it honestly takes one relationship to fuck you up to like never make you a dumb bitch again. Like once you've recovered from one relationship, right, from being a dumbass, you'll never ever let that happen again unless you're just. So I was like, this cannot. So at the beginning where he tried to get away with that, like the number one rule, how to be a girl 101, okay? Did you put another battery to charge? Because that one's about to die.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Rule How to Be a Girl 101. You never, ever offer to change if a man feels uncomfortable with something. Never.
I agree with this too.
Especially at the beginning of your relationship, right? Because you're starting to set the tone on how things are going to be. And if you're, looking at me weird, but you're too uncomfortable to tell me something because we're so early on in the relationship that you're not going to be like, go change, right? Because, it's too early to do that. And it might be.
I might hint it, but I'm not going to say it right in the beginning.
Correct, right? Because it's so early. And I go and I'm like, oh, you want me to change, right? And you say yeah, and I change.
That's setting the tone already.
You will never, ever be able to wear what you want again. It's literally men and us humans. We are just like animals, right? You let your animal get away with something one time.
They're going to think it's okay.
They're going to think it's okay, and you will forever have that issue, and you're going to have to train it out of them. But the issue is with guys, you can't really train that out of them. So it's like, if you let that happen at the beginning, you're toast. That's it.
And that can go for so many scenarios.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be just like what you're wearing, dude. It could be anything, controlling anything in your life. And that goes for the girl too, right? If Jacob sets the tone with me on certain things, like I'll forever hold on to that, right? You just showed me what I can get away with. And after that, like, you can't change that anymore, because once you start at the beginning, that's how it is forever. So yeah, I remember the beginning, he would kind of like hint at things. And I, like, whenever he would do something like that, I would purposely wear it, because I'm like, no, like, this is not okay. And I will wear whatever I want to wear. And if I'm uncomfortable with something, that's a different story. I will change for me, but I will not change for you. And there's something called respecting your relationship, right? I'm obviously not going to go outside naked. And I understand that, but respect is different than straight up control. It's two different things. And I remember, yeah, at the beginning, you would like try to, it was crazy because back then I didn't have my BBL or like my boobs or anything, and you were still. Now imagine I would have let you get away with that then. I would be wearing like sweats every day now.
I think you would.
You would have never let me get away with this. That mentality would have stuck with you. Why are you laughing? That's
because it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember so like when she says like once it happens once, it's gonna be like that for the rest of her life, like for like the rest of you being in relationships. Like I don't know what I did with a previous person you were with, but like if I do something dumb or it was a word, I think if I said manipulative or manipulation.
Oh my gosh, a trigger for me.
Yeah, so basically like I guess that was a trigger word in her past, and I told her one time, you're being manipulative. And dude, I got as if I was that guy that told her about the manipulation word. Like I got hit with a freaking broom. I got bricks thrown at me because I said like the trigger word, right? But since it happened with the other person, it's gonna happen with me because like she's not letting it slide anymore.
Babe, that is such a serious accusation. You call somebody manipulative? You know how serious that is?
Uh-huh.
I'm not manipulative.
Here it comes, y'all. But like little stuff like that. So say you were in a marriage and then like your ex-husband, the thing that would tick you off the most was your ex-husband like not putting the toilet paper roll on the toilet paper thing, where you put toilet paper. And then you get like a couple years later, you get with the new guy, and then he does that thing.
One time.
You're not gonna let him have like,
divorce.
Okay, don't do it. Don't do this again. Don't do this again. You're gonna tell him right there and then, like, last chance, and that's it. And he only did it one time. That's his little one mistake. You just give him that last warning. It's like the first and last warning. I think that's what happened because it was you were like familiar with relationships rather when I wasn't. I think you were like my first real one, Mm-hmm. And it was insane. Like I was like, nah. You gotta chill. You gotta calm down because I actually had the conversation with her. Like, this is my first relationship, and I don't know what you have tics of like certain things of me doing and triggers. And remember, like I had to talk with you. I'm like, nah, I'm doing these things for the first time. Let me get at least a couple warnings, bro.
Yeah, no, it was no warning. Like it was just you do it right or you're just not doing it.
But it helped me learn faster, to be honest.
Yeah, because I was an asshole about it. Because it's just like, I think I was just so frustrated with like having to repeat myself a million times. And like you see me now, I still have to repeat myself. And you see how triggered I get till this day of certain things, right?
Damn,
that shall not be named.
If there's another guy after me, he's toast.
He's toast as fuck, Jake. I swear to God. Like you have ran me to the ground with my patience.
I'm putting rocks next to his bed. He needs all the manifestation he can get, bro. I swear. Manifest a better girl.
A better girl, you fucking asshole.
Okay, no, not a better girl. Manifest like a new girl, like a girl that hasn't been in a relationship.
Yeah, that's why, you know how like they always say like, once like a guy, like an experienced guy will go with like a really innocent girl because she will let him get away with murder, and he knows that it's that same thing.
Like
it's
the senior and freshman, like the senior knows a lot or like all everything already.
Correct. Versus like the freshman is new to the game and like they don't know, and he can manipulate her. That's manipulating into actually like doing whatever he wants because he could get away with murder. Versus if he were to go with someone his age, that same like huge age gaps in relationships, like the 20-year age gaps and shit, like that guy knows better. He knows way better versus the other person does not know better, or that girl knows better and that guy doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like that. You just got to be so careful. And I had zero tolerance. Like I had and like it was mainly, okay, this is something I fucked up on, and let me give you some relationship advice. I had zero tolerance for anything that came to disrespect other women. Okay? I think just that, disrespect another woman. That type of shit I had like zero tolerance.
There were certain certain celebrities that yeah, zero tolerance
shut
for
up.
either.
We're not even getting over that. So I had like zero tolerance for that. But what I was super like lenient on was that day-to-day shit, right? Which still bites me in the fucking ass because we struggle till this day with this kind of stuff, right?
Because you didn't do those day-to-day activities with the other person.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's why the next guy is toast if there's a next guy, right? Because it's like, there's not going to be a next guy. But because now me and you live together, now he doesn't put the fucking toilet paper on that thing one time, done.
Even though we're only like a boyfriend and girlfriend, truly it's like as if we were a little married to an extent because we do. What? Oh yeah, that trend where did we all marry the same guy and then the toilet paper roll's not on the thing? But yeah, like right now we have more of like a marriage relationship rather than like boyfriend and girlfriend, lovey-dovey, go out date night, movies. That's it.
Which we still do, but it's just different, right? Like now, like if I would have had a relationship like this, right, prior to you, I think at the beginning I would have not been lenient with this other stuff, and I think we'd be in a better position. Versus, like, for example, when we started, since I was only lenient with those two things, like me and Jacob have no issues at all when it comes to anything jealousy, other people. Like, we don't have any disrespect issues at all. Like, that is not something that we find as a hardship in our relationship. Like that is not the biggest thing. For us, the hardest thing in our relationship is the day-to-day thing. Oh,
they can still hear us.
The camera died, guys. Sorry, we're just gonna replace the battery. Pause. Okay, we're back. Sorry, we replaced the battery. Where were we?
You said that the day-to-day basis.
Oh yeah, that's like the stuff that we deal with, but I think that it's also a really big factor because we're so young, right? And obviously men mature later than women, and that has like a big thing to do with it. But like if Jacob were to go into another relationship now, like I'm sure he would have his things where he's just like, this is a no-brainer, something I'm not willing to compromise just because, it was an issue here in this other relationship. I'm just not doing it in this other one. And
there would be less issues in the beginning stage of that relationship automatically because of how like you've trained me in the beginning of our relationship,
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? Trained?
Yeah, you just get accustomed to like the other person's stuff. So yeah, like at the beginning, it was just like zero tolerance to any of this shit. Like, dude, that one time we called him manipulative, Jake, that was like the one thing that was used against me every single time. And it would drive me fucking nuts because that's gaslighting at its core, right? It's like, you're calling me manipulative because you're manipulating me, but you want me to think that I'm manipulating you.
Man, that's so like level 100 manipulation.
It gives me the chills thinking about it, right? So it's like when you said that shit to me one time, I was like, oh no, like no fucking way I'm doing this shit again. Imagine like doing this every day, right? Every day. And then that stops. And then I start talking to this new person and he calls me that one thing. Dude, it was like a bomb went off.
You're like, is he on the other line too?
Dude, I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, just, you learn to have your boundaries on certain things. And as you progress in life, you find different things that are just that's something that you are not willing to negotiate in relationships. And for me, it was just that. It was other people. Like, I was not willing to put up with cheating, flirting, like none of that. That was like a mega trigger to me. Like, I remember you went to that one party. So me and Jake were first talking. Okay, this is when I knew that Jake was different. So
I wonder what I did.
Okay, so
or what I didn't do.
Me and Jake, like, we weren't really talking. It was more of, he was just texting me, but I didn't know that Jake thought it was what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know if he was fully on the same page, or like, I wasn't even like on the page. Like, it was just.
To be honest, like looking back, I'm like, I don't know why I was doing that, because if I'm single, I'm single. Like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have, but like, what was I? I think it's the type of person I am, probably.
No, but you know better now, because like now, if we were to end our relationship, you would be very much like, I'm single, like fuck that, because you already had an idea of what a relationship is like. I think just because you didn't have it, it's different. But for me, it was like, I'm single. Like, I'm happy to be single. I'm happy to be free. Like, I can breathe. And that's what it felt like. But for you, I think it was different because you hadn't been in a relationship. So it was like, you were just happy to be in a relationship.
Yeah, we weren't even talking. I feel like it was more a little bit on the internet where it was like popular. So I guess like on the internet, we're talking, but in real life, like we're texting each other here and there, getting each other conversation.
It was literally here and there.
Yeah. So
there was this video that Jake made, and he had gone to a party. In that same day, I had gone to a party.
So we went to a party on the same days.
Yeah, it was like 2 different parties, but like, I actually remember that exact. Oh my God, I remember what I was doing that exact moment too. So we had both gone to parties. I was wearing that black 2-piece. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. And you took a picture in front of your parents' door, and you had your red lipstick on, and you had a little hat.
No, it was my bandana.
Oh, your bandana. Sorry.
And I was wearing that outfit. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I remember getting ready for that party, and I was like, I wanted to look cute. Like, you know what I mean? It was just very much.
That day is actually my profile picture on my YouTube channel.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I haven't changed it.
And I remember that he had gone to a party with his friends, and I was like not jealous or anything, because I didn't think it was anything of what it was, but I remember being like, for sure, this man's gonna be like out here doing shit with other girls. Like that was the norm to me. Okay, if there was a party and he was gonna go to it, for sure he's gonna be messing around with other people.
In reality, I'm going to party with my friends. I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna tell them. Okay, listen, because this is actually what made me really be like, what
like
the
a
hell?
green flag.
Yeah, like maybe this guy is cool, or maybe this guy is different. Like, I don't know. It made me think, because he had gone with his friends, and at the time I didn't know his friends, but I had heard around town about his friends, right? Him and his friends, like that little group, and they're nice. Like, you and your friends, like, you guys are nice. You guys are all nice people. But you were also like a guy group, and you know, you just can never be too sure with guy groups. And I had just heard enough things about you guys, so I was like, oh yeah, he's going with his friends. Like, whatever's gonna happen, you know. And so I got ready. I went to the party, and then he got ready, and then he went to the party with his friends. And they were posting like stories or whatever, and he was vlogging for his channel. You could probably still find this video.
Yeah, the video's up. It's like I go into a party with my friends. I forgot what it's called though. I'm wearing like a little nice tuxedo, not tuxedo. I'm wearing a nice button-up shirt with a hat, and then I'm dancing. That's it.
Yeah, and he goes to the party, and I think you had told me like, oh, this one girl like keeps asking me to dance or whatever, and I was like the mega eye roll, right? Mega eye roll. Because it's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're so annoying. Like, you know damn well what you're doing. You know damn well you're dancing with her. You know damn well you're just saying this. Just say, like, whatever. I'm like, this is not news to me. Like, I know how this is going to go. So he posts the video. And in the video, it's like him actively, like, saying no to her. Like, she was like, let's go dance. And he's like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, me pegan. Like, no, I can't. And he goes, I got a girl. And in my head, I was like, maybe he does have a girl like this whole fucking time, right? Not even thinking it's me, because again, we're not speaking like that. Like, we're talking as not even friends. Like, we're just cool. Like, I just felt like we were cool.
Yeah, we were cool. Like, that's it. That's max. We were cool.
Yeah. And in that video, he's like, oh no, I got a girl. And I remember he had texted me that same day. He was like, nah, but I told her no because I got a girl. And I remember just like reading that and being like, what's up, this fucking guy? But again, I don't know why I didn't think. I was like, maybe he's talking about me, but like maybe not, because we're not even speaking like that. Yeah, he posted that video, and I remember seeing that. And by the time he posted that video, he had already like started like actively flirting with me. Like after you waited like a week to post that video. And in that time you were like sending weird.
Yeah, you know. So from that time, the week until I posted it, from the actual day, like, whether I danced with her, it didn't matter at that time. But when the week passed by, if I would have still danced with her that week ago, then it would have shifted like a lot of things, right?
It would have made a difference. Because things escalated. That week, things escalated.
That's when we, I guess, started talking for sure.
Not
within
talking,
that little week.
But we were like actively flirting with each other. And I remember seeing that video, and I was like, the fact that he would post this is crazy because, you know, if a guy really wants to get girls like Mr. Joel over here, like he wouldn't be posting this, right? Like he wouldn't be posting like him saying, I got a girl, like, no, I'm not going to go dance with you. Like you wouldn't be posting that if you were an asshole. And I remember since that moment when I saw that video, I was like, maybe this guy is cool. And that just changed because I was so used to the bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was so used to the bullshit that I was like, this is not, I already know how this is going to go, but that really changed my perspective. And I was like, maybe this guy is cool and maybe this might be something that I'm willing to do.
Yeah, like if a guy's really down for you, and I think I was down for you. Like, I don't know.
At that point?
Yeah, I don't know the exact feelings I was feeling because right now they're like 1,000 times, a million times stronger. But I think I was feeling you. Like, I was like, damn, this girl's really cute. I want something with her. So I'm going to try to like keep everything else on the low. Because it's not like I wasn't texting other girls before you.
What?
What? So you're thinking I didn't text any other girls?
Like not in the month.
Oh, no,
before?
not like a month before, like in the past, in
Then
past
watch
in
your
general.
words. You're going to get yourself fucked up. You had told me you weren't.
No, I wasn't. So, like in the past, like I have texted girls, okay, but
He was in like 2 relationships. Don't act like you weren't.
2? What the heck? Really?
No, it was like one main one.
One main one, and then another one where I'm gonna tell you guys a story about in a little bit. But yeah, like I if I was down for you, then I'm gonna be down for you, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I want to get this girl. I want to make sure all my other options are closed off, the doors are shut, so I can open up this door.
But babe, that's not the norm. The norm is Joel. Like that is what's
I think that's
out
the norm.
there.
I think that's the norm now.
No, babe, that's always been the norm. Like, dude, seeing Joel is a trigger for me. I swear to God. Like these people are. That's how, but guys were like.
Yeah, no. My friends, like, I guess my friends were, because you know how you said you heard about my friends and from other people. So it's crazy because my friend group, like, they would get girls like crazy. Like, I didn't even know what was going on behind the scenes after school because apparently they're getting girls every day.
Yeah.
But I didn't know this. We didn't kiss and tell. And I was the only one, I guess, in the friend group that didn't get girls like that. Like, I would text girls and stuff, but meeting them in real life, like, I did not do any of that. So it was a little, like a brain opener, like a mind blower. Because all the stuff that your inside scoop was telling you about my friends, I didn't even know either. I'm like, damn, how does she know this and I don't? But it's crazy. Like, I guess that says like you're not always the person that you're surrounded with.
But you didn't know, babe. You didn't know.
I feel like even if I did know, I still wouldn't have done it. Like, some of my friends smoke and I don't smoke.
But you did.
I saw that I did. I tried it and I didn't like it, so I stopped. That's a big difference. You could try something.
Okay, so you're telling me, right? If you weren't here with me and if you wouldn't have been here with me for the past 4 years, you would still be who you are today?
Yeah, I think so.
Bullshit, babe.
I truly think
Bullshit.
so. Now, right now, after this, then no. Because I've experienced a lot of stuff with you. Like, I don't want to get on camera with, but I'm like, hey, I like this. You know?
Okay.
But before that, I wouldn't have. I truly think, like, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, like, I would have been a virgin until I was married.
Bullshit.
I swear.
Bullshit.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Maybe I would have like found a girlfriend. Maybe I would have found a girlfriend like
out there, yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. That's like I wouldn't be going from club to club, you know.
But neither do your friends. I'm saying like, so you think that you would be this exact person, obviously like not with what we've done or whatever, but like you would be the exact person that you are today if you would have stayed.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
You have too much faith in yourself. I love that about you.
You're
so nice.
No, I think I don't have enough faith in myself.
Yeah,
like
you do.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that you would be, obviously I'm not saying that you'd be a bad person. No, because you're a nice person at core. Like that's just who you are. You're nice to everybody. You're quite literally too nice to people, right?
Uh-huh.
You're just a nice person. So I don't think that you would be mean or you would be, you know, a mini Joel. I don't think that you would, or a big Joel. I don't think you would be. But I do think that you would have been influenced by some of the environment.
I don't know. All right, hold your thought because I did kind of do something mean in the beginning. So look at so I'm gonna say something I've done toxic, I guess, in another relationship I've been in. So this was 8th grade and I was dating a 7th grader. I know, weird, not too weird though, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
Bro needs to be arrested. Nah, so I was dating a 7th grader. Her name was, imagine if I remember her name. Look at you. In the beginning, Nat would have got so mad, but now we're like,
it's just funny to me.
We're jokes. So yeah, I was dating this girl, right? And I think we were dating for a week. It was these little relationships. I was dating her for a week, and I don't know. I don't know how I even asked her out. I think I asked her out over text, and then I stopped liking her within the week that I asked her out. It was a week before her birthday, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't want to have a girlfriend, and it's like I have to text this girl all the time and wait for her to, because she responded like quick, and I just like, I'm a little boy, but I got stuff to do. I got games to play at home. I don't want to be texting girls.
This is so middle school coded.
No, back then, I guess not now.
Nah, that wasn't how my middle school went.
Okay, so I was texting her, and then I was like, I don't, I'm like falling in, the feelings aren't there anymore. So,
Bruh, no.
so I'm like, I have to, the next day I go to school, I have to tell her, like, I don't want to be with her anymore. Tell me why. I go to school, I see her with balloons, but I don't have the same classes, like on the same side school as her in the beginning of the class. So, I mean, the beginning of the school. So I'm like, I see her with balloons. I'm like, what the why does she got balloons? And then lunch, we have the same lunch. So I go to see her at lunch. And I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. And I tell her, like, I had to tell her friend, and then her friend told her.
Bruh, babe.
Okay, and then I was like, tell her I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be your boyfriend.
This is so funny.
And comes to find out, she's crying, leaving home with a happy birthday poster. It was her birthday. And
ain't shit.
Dude, I broke up with her on her birthday, and I felt like the worst piece.
You didn't know her birthday?
I knew her favorite color. That's what I asked her. What's your favorite color? You know, the conversation started in middle school.
You ain't shit, babe. You ain't shit. Actually, I take it back. Jacob Macias is not nice.
Yeah, that was like me being toxic in one of the
That's not toxic,
relationships. Babe.
Toxic? You want to hear toxic?
Yeah, I do.
You want to? Okay, I'll talk to you about Actually, I probably should not say this on the internet. I'm gonna get a message after this. I swear to God, Jake.
I got something for you.
Okay. I don't know if I could say that.
It's the past, bruh. Nobody cares. I'm sure both parties don't care.
I'm trying to see what I could say that's like not too toxic, but like funny toxic. Oh man, I don't know, dude. You know something crazy that I would do though?
What?
I can't even say that.
No. It has to be something toxic that you did, not them.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. But I did so many toxic things that I don't know which one I could say. You don't understand, Jake. Like, once you're in that, like, you just can't be good. Like, once your relationship, and I always say this, right? Once you do one thing in your relationship that's going to make it toxic, you can never come back from that.
I know one crazy toxic thing that I did.
Tell me.
And it led to something crazier. All right. This is the craziest story.
Is it the girl one? I think you told them already.
No.
Oh, okay.
Which girl one?
The one that dated a girl after you?
No.
Oh, not that one? Oh,
No. Okay, so what happened was, I don't know how, but I had to do homework for a girlfriend I had in high school, right? And I had to log into her email, her school email, and I had to do something. It was like something homework for her, right? And this was like towards the end of our relationship that we had, and it was going to the end. I knew it. I was like, does she still like me? She's not really talking to me much during school. It was just like here and there after school stuff. And like the password that she gave me, it was in notes, right? No, it was in messages. So I seen it, and I'm like, okay, I could log into her stuff, do her homework. I did her homework, and comes to find out like a couple weeks later. I think it's like 3 weeks later, we're breaking up. And I'm like, bro, what's the reason why we're breaking up? Because she didn't tell me anything. Like a couple weeks later after that, it was her friend that told me everything that I did wrong. But tell me why. I was like so toxic. I was this crazy boyfriend. Like, I was like, what's the reason? I had to find out the reason. And I logged into her Snapchat from the password. It worked. The password worked. I logged into her Snapchat. I checked her messages. And come to find out, one of my other friends at the time was texting her at the same time, trying to get at her.
This is level 2 toxicity, babe. I did the same shit.
You did this?
Yeah.
Okay, but wait. And then I like swiped on the message, right? And I didn't
opening it. Okay.
Without opening it, and I didn't see her message him back physically, like right there from what I seen, because I just did this and that's it. But I seen like him texting her, trying to flirt, like "What's good, baby?" or like "What you on tonight, mama?" or something like that. I don't know what it was exactly. And I was fuming and fuming.
This was your friend?
Yeah, this was my friend. Like not close, but like my friend. We're on the same soccer team, same everything like that. I was fuming, so I went away and I told my friends, I'm like, guess what happened? And I was like, I had to vent to someone, you know. I was texting Roy, I was texting my other friend, and then I think I might have told the story, but the next day I had to, like, I guess I pressed the issue, bro. That's so immature of me. And I went up to his class in the morning.
Wait.
Dude, I went to his class in the morning and I was like, why are you texting her? Why are you texting her? Because we broke up, I think 2 days or 3 days before. And I was like, why are you texting her? Huh? And he's like, I wasn't. And
Where was this?
in school? What do you mean? Where was this?
Like the class?
Okay. This is outside the class. He's walking in and I'm waiting at the door because I knew what class he had. So I'm like, why did you text her this and that? And then he's like, he was denying it. And then I'm like, look at this. And I was still logged in. And no. She logged back in and then
kicked you out.
Yeah, that same morning I logged in again. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I don't know.
You guys are broken up?
Yeah, we were broken up.
That's so me. Okay, continue.
So I swiped up and I was like, what's this? And then he was like, oh, no, it wasn't nothing. And then I was like, nah, it was good. And I took off my back, bro. It's so cringy. But I took off my backpack. Yeah. I took off my backpack and I was trying to fight him. And he just walked inside. And then he called my cousin because he knew my cousin. So he called my cousin to tell me like to calm down, like to chill. It's not that big of a deal. And my cousin just like said, chill, relax. Don't try to do nothing to him. Like it's a girl. And he was calming me down. But that's something crazy that I can never get out of my brain.
That's
like,
Joelle.
I don't even know if she knows that I was logging into her account. She probably thought like, oh, it's having a bug or something. That's something that I didn't.
I'm proud of you, babe.
No, that's crazy. Like right now, it's like, bro, why would I even do that?
I think the whole pressing him is so cringe.
Right? That's so cringe, bro. Like fighting over a girl that's not even your girl anymore is not worth it at all.
That's so fucking cringe. In general, like fighting over somebody is so fucking cringe and just the dumbest shit in the whole world. Because it's like if you really have to fight over someone, like that's not worth your time, right? If someone messages your significant other, it's up to your significant other not to answer. And if they do answer, great, you just got rid of 2 problems in your life. And if they don't, then that person's still with you and the other one's just looking like an idiot. Like there's just no reason to be so dumb about that.
Yeah, That's what I wish I would have known.
Cringe.
Like, or I wish I would have like chilled out on being like, so my girl. You know? Because now like
that's natural instinct though.
But now I go to your inbox and like I here and there I see a guy like trying to get at you, but it's completely different. Like, I don't know. I don't have the same mindset.
Cap. Because when it comes to people in my real life, you do get like that.
Oh, yeah. It's real life. Obviously, I'm not going to be like letting a guy come up to you. That's so weird.
No,
if I let a guy come up to you.
Babe, from our past, like from high school and stuff, people who I never even talked to. Like, but it's in your head.
Okay, if you never even talked to them.
It's in your head that I talk to and like you get insecure about that. But obviously when it comes to random guys, you don't, right? But when it's people that I know, you're weird about that. Which I don't blame you because I would be too.
Yeah. I can't even tell now about the friends I had in high school.
No, I don't give a damn.
No, remember?
You can be in a room full of your exes and I don't give a damn.
No, like friends, actual friends.
There's nobody that I'm jealous about.
No, I'm not saying you're jealous about, but like you're like, don't be texting another bitch.
It's just funny to me.
Like as a joke.
It's not like there's not one person in this world who I'm jealous about when it comes to you.
I'm trying to be like you.
And that's how you know. No, but that's how you know that like you're a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. He is. No, you really are because there's no one in the world who worries me. Ever. Earlier on, like when you were having your little tantrums all the time about the real people in my life, like back then, I guess you could say I was a little like, but like there's literally no reason. There is no reason. Babe, you think but you either, like you're not like insecure about anyone anymore either. That was like towards the beginning of our relationship. But sometimes you get a little weird about certain things and I'm like.
Now? Really? Hey, I guess it's good to have a little bit of, not insecureness, but like put you in your place.
It's just that like little bit of whenever it comes to real life scenarios, and it's not like a random guy hitting me at Home Depot because like you know damn fucking well like it's. But when it comes to like people who I know, you're weird about that. About certain things, but I don't blame you. Like if you're
because I know like what's gone on, you know. I'm not dumb. I've done the same Snapchat thing to you. Nah, I'm just kidding.
This fucking guy, I've done it to you, dude. The things I've done.
Nah.
What?
Well, the thing is with her, like she goes on my phone and she can see all my passwords, just literally everything.
Dude,
if they're the same password,
dude,
there's a lot of that.
That's how I found out that I was being cheated on.
By doing the same thing?
So one time, I was fucking, just dumb bitch, right? Dumb bitch syndrome. I was doing the homework for this fucking person, right? I was doing the homework, so I needed the fucking passwords to like emails and shit, right? And so I got that password and I was like, this person has 2 brain cells. Like, I'm sure they use the same password. And sure enough. So I used the password for their fucking Snapchat, logged in, saw everything, and I logged right back out, right? And in this moment, like, I knew what I had seen and I was fucking heartbroken, but I couldn't believe it. So like the next day at the same time, because this person used to go to like practice for like 3 hours out of the day. So I knew I had that like 3-hour window where the phone would not be touched. So I could log in, right? And they wouldn't log me out.
My
So
gosh.
as soon as like I would get that last message, I knew exactly what time the practice started. So like I would wait like 15 minutes after because sometimes like things got delayed. And then I would go and I logged in again, like the second day in a row, right? I logged in and I made sure everything was right and I screenshotted everything. You know what? I actually still have those screenshots on my phone. I screenshotted everything, dude, like fucking everything. And I logged back out. And I remember like I ended
How
up
were you
getting
feeling?
caught. Dude, because I had to act normal, right? Because
After
I
you found
shouldn't have
out?
known, right? And after that second time that I double checked, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. And after that, like, they're like, are you logging into my Snap? Is that the reason I've been getting logged out? And at that point, I couldn't hold it anymore. I was like, yes, like this is everything. And yeah, I lost my fucking mind.
Dude, the fact that you had to hide, like, okay,
Dude,
the
oh
relationship
my
is so
God.
normal, even though you knew you were getting played.
Dude, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Do you guys have any toxic stories that you guys want to share with us? If you do, let us know in the comments right now, because I truly want to read them. I know you want to read their toxic comments and toxic relationship stuff. Not crazy. Please don't go crazy. If it's like worse than toxic, call the cops. I'm serious. Like, you could be a dumb person in the relationship. Just don't be crazy dumb. Dude,
don't even be the dumb person. Like, nothing hurts me more than to see when like someone is being a dumb bitch in a relationship, right? And then they get out of it and then they go be a dumb bitch in another relationship. Like, it makes me so sad because like that means that you don't see your worth. And it's like you are worth so much more than that. And you got yourself out of one cycle and you went and you put yourself in another cycle.
It's not like you're saying that without being in a cycle, because you've been in a cycle before.
I've been in a cycle, dude. I've
So
been
you
in a
know.
cycle and I know how hard it is. And leaving a cycle, dude, takes years. Okay. It took me years to get out of a cycle. And like, if you are in one cycle, right? How dumb would I be if I left one cycle to go join another cycle? Like, imagine going through this for years of your life, right? The breaking up, the getting back together, the breaking up, the getting back together, the fighting, the cheating, the lies, the screaming, the disrespect. You do all of this and you spend years not being able to leave. And then when you finally leave, you go and you get yourself with someone equal or worse. Why? Why would you do that? And like, I don't want to hear any excuses of like trauma bonding, daddy issue, none of that bullshit. Don't put any of that. You are worth so much more. Like, you have the ability to be with an amazing person at your fingertips, okay? And it takes one, I really do think that it takes one situation for it to teach you, right? I think that everyone needs to be in certain type of toxicity in one point in their life to learn. Right? You got to get the dumbness out of you. So you got to learn first. You got to learn. And I get it. It might take fucking 5 years of your life and they're thrown in the trash. I regret nothing more than my thrown in the trash years. And so it's like they're thrown in the trash. You wasted your life, but don't do it again. Be a one and done type of person. Because if you are someone who keeps doing it over and over and over and over again, it's like it's actually exhausting, not only for you, but for the people around you. Like, imagine all your family, all your friends have to see you go through this and like, they have to thug it out for you because they don't want to make you feel bad. But at the same time, like, you need to put a little bit of your part and you need to get out of these situations or just don't do it again.
Facts.
Don't keep doing it, dude. It's exhausting. Like, I genuinely like have cut out so many of my friends who keep doing this because I can't do it anymore. Like, I get it. We all go through cycles one time, maybe even fucking twice, but even that's a stretch. And once you do it 2 times in a row, you know that you're for sure the problem. But let's say you go in it 3 times. Like, it's exhausting and I'm just not going to stick around for you to learn because can we just do better things? Like, why can't we just have better? You can have better. Everyone can have better.
You got better.
I got better. Like, and I'm not trying to put myself on a little crowd. I suffered for years, all right? It's not, but I knew that I couldn't do it again. Like, you have to be able to get yourself out and never put yourself back in it. Ever. And don't feel, if you're the friend who's on the other side of the spectrum, right? And you keep seeing your other friend get herself into these fucking situations over and over again, don't feel bad for having to take a step away. Don't feel bad because I feel like I saw this TikTok of this person saying like, she's crying and she's like, finally letting go of like my best friend because I'm tired of her like getting into toxic relationships. And then the comments were all like, if you were really her friend, you would stick by her side. And it's no, it's not like that, because now she's being brought down. You got to put yourself first at one point. And if that other person keeps bringing you down, or am I wrong?
No.
Let me know. I don't know. I think that's just such a trigger for me, because it's like, if you're going to sink, you got to sink on your own. Like, I can't. And it's okay to ride with someone like the first cycle.
If they're going to sink, like I'm going to let them sink. I got the anchor. I'll pull you up in a little bit.
No, but you can only do that certain amount of times. Like, you can only let these people, you can only stick by these people a certain amount of time. And when they come to their senses, they will come back. Like, it will happen. It will happen the point where they come and they're like, I'm done and I'm finally good.
Yeah,
because
the boat's not going to be there forever,
dude,
waiting for them to sink.
No, you can't stick around for too long. As a friend, if you really care, right, you got to understand that they got to go. They got to learn. It's just, you can't do anything. Like, trying to convince somebody that they're in a toxic relationship is literally like speaking to a wall. You could have told me, dude, you don't have the amount of times that I got told shit. And I was like, no, like, dumb. Just so dumb. So dumb. Like, it makes me want to rip my fucking head out, Jake. It's a secondhand embarrassment that I cannot move on from. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. And like, I feel so bad for everyone who was in my life at that time.
Because you were giving them misery too?
Yeah, everyone got the shit, right? Everyone. It got so embarrassing to the point where I just stopped telling people stuff. When you're at the point where you don't want to tell your family and friends that you got back together, that's how you fucking know.
That's how you know it's bad.
That's how you fucking know, right? That's how you know. You got to either stick it through or...
What would you say step one is of getting out of the toxic relationship then?
Dude, you just have to be checked out.
You're in a toxic relationship with me. You're done. And I'm calling you back. What's step one?
Oh, I'm blocking you on everything.
So you have to block them.
Yeah, and when I say block them, you have to actually block them. Like, what's the point of blocking them and then going on another account looking at their stuff? Like, no, you have to actually disconnect. And it's so hard, dude. Like, the whole blocking stage is, I think that's the hardest stage. Like, blocking. It's the hardest stage because you're so used to this. You're so used to this is your day. Obviously, like, if me and you were to break up, that's a whole different story, because now we have, like, you know, houses and cars and dogs and all that kind of stuff. That's different. But if you don't have that,
well, I think we're a foundation of an opposite of like a toxic cycle. We're not really a toxic couple. So
no, not really. We're not at all. I wouldn't consider us toxic.
Yeah, I know, and I think toxic couples wouldn't have the stuff we have because they wouldn't be able to cooperate with each other as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I think like we obviously go through our situations where we have business and relationship mixed. And I think that it's important for us to hold each other accountable for certain things. And I think that we do, right? You're being a dumbass. No, you're being a dumbass. You know, we got to figure this out. We got to work this. We got to work the schedule. And that's not toxic.
Yeah, it's not at all.
Dude, once you've been through toxic, you know what toxic is.
I don't know what toxic. So like, I can't speak. That's why I'm asking questions. I don't know what toxic is really.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't. Dude, toxic is toxic. It's, you can't go out with your fucking friends, get in the room. You can't you can't have social media. You have to be private. You can't wear that out. No, you can't do that. You can't go with your friends. Why are you following that person?
Yeah, that's toxic. That's really toxic.
But it goes way further than that. I can go out, right, and go to fucking Vegas with my friends, but you can't. You can't even go out with your family, right? You can't have friends. You can't hang out with your family because you have to be speaking to me. Like, that's toxic.
I can live my life and you can't live yours. That's what it is. What the heck?
It's like, I can mess around with other people, but don't you dare speak to that guy in your class, right? It's that type. That's toxic.
Damn.
And it goes way further than that, right? Like, there's people who experience literally violence in their relationships, and it's like, that's further than toxic.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's police. Call the police.
That's police.
And get yourself out of the cycle too.
That's different. But honestly though, like, I feel like it's really hard to be in a toxic relationship because it's like, it's not bad enough to where you can call the cops, but it's really bad emotionally. And it's like, how do you explain it? And it almost feels like you can't even explain how it's toxic, right? And only the people around you can see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't even see it.
Did you see the video of the girl like breaking up with the guy and then she's trying to pick up her TV?
No.
Or no, the boyfriend's trying to pick up his TV. He's like the most immature kid in the world. And
he's going to take the TV with him because they broke up.
Yeah. And he was like, when she was like yelling at him or stuff and raising her voice, he would go like, hee! Like, and play it off like a joke. And I was like, what the heck is this kid doing?
Okay, but like,
Like, that's her fault for being with him in the beginning.
Yes, that's literally what I was going to say. Because these people, like, yeah, they don't show their real behavior till a few months in, but dude, they'll crack. You could see certain things that are red flags.
It's better to cut the rope when it's a few months in rather than a couple years and you're trying to like to tie the rope even tighter the next time.
You're not gonna change him. Newsflash, you're never going to change him. And like, I don't want to like victim blame here, but if it's that immaturity, like you see it since day one, dude. You see someone and you just have to be smarter about who you let in your life. And it's so hard to hear when you're in that relationship. Like, it's so hard to hear. Like, I would literally get upset. I would get so upset.
You were ignorant?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I was the dumbest bitch. Like, I would get upset when people would tell me, like, you just have to let go. Because they were tired of hearing my shit. They didn't want to hear what was happening. They didn't want to hear anything. Like, if I even said, like, oh, we're having problems, you have to let go. That's what I would get. And they would just be like, they would walk away. Because it's so frustrating to hear over and over. And like the first year, it's like, I'll sit there and I'll give you advice. But at year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like, don't ask me for advice anymore because you don't want to hear it.
I think I'm really bad at giving advice. I just give like the truth of like what you should do instead of like advice and like trying to baby step them through it. I just tell them like how it is. I tell people how it is. And if they don't like it, then good. Like, I'm not really a good person come for advice for.
See, I think that's hard though, because like, imagine it be like your best friend, right? Like, these were people who were best friends with me. And it's like, they had to hear this shit all the time. It's like, you want to be there, but at the same time,
you were draining them.
You're draining them. And it's like, they can only tell you so much before it's like, repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. And there's a difference between like a toxic relationship that can never be fixed anymore versus like a toxic relationship as in like you guys can work through the issues, right? But once you've crossed certain bridges, there is no going back. Like, once you've like cheated, the chances of coming back from that are so low. Like, because
say you do come back and then now there's trust issues and they're never going to go away. The trust issues are never going away.
I think I don't think you could come back from cheating unless, I don't even know. I wouldn't thug out through cheating.
Really?
Because I have, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you will never be able to get that out of your head. At least for me, I could never get that out of my head.
How long did it take for you to get like full trust in me then? Because if you've been cheated on in the past.
You never did anything to me, right?
Okay.
And it was hard at the beginning with you, but when I was telling you that story
See,
about
that's the same thing. I could relate to that because you never did anything to me. Mm-hmm. So like, even when I was so like, what is it? When I had trust issues with you really bad, I'm like, why can you go out alone and stuff when there's guys around? I had to like remember you didn't do anything to me in the beginning. So what makes me think you're gonna do something now? Even though you could have, but you never did. Mm-hmm. And that's what like I think that's like a true like characteristic of having the honesty in a relationship. Because if you're not gonna do anything right now, what makes her want to do it in the future? Yeah. Which you can, but I trust you to the point where you wouldn't.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the beauty of starting a relationship fresh, coming out of a toxic one. It's like, you get that fresh start. And
you have all the cons to look for. You have all of them laid out. All the cons to look for in your new relationship. So if you see these, you just mark it. Once they're up, that's how you know you're like, once they're all marked up, that's how you know you're in a new cycle. So just leave it already.
No, and you know you're in a cycle the moment you're just like, any little issue, okay, we're going to break up and then I move out and then I come back a week later. Like, that's, make it extremely difficult to break up to the point where like, if we break up, you better not go back. And like, it happens, right? Where people break up and, you know, they spend some time away from each other, a few months, and then they come back together and they realize like, hey, this is actually, you know, we had the time and we were able to mature and get back together, and that's totally okay. But that kind of breakup is very different to, you went to go hook up with a bitch last night, or you went to go meet up with another girl last night, and so now we break up and then we come back and then I'm reminding you of this situation over and over and over and over. Like, that's not going to work.
You should have just left him as soon as he did it.
Yeah, you should have just left. And then now, by coming back, you just trained him.
It's okay to do it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, I forgot that whole point right there. If I get back with you after you cheated, you know what that tells me?
She's going to get back with me again.
She's going to get back with me. I could do anything and she's going to get back with me, because if she forgave cheating, which is the top of the top, she's going to forgive me for calling her a bitch. She's going to forgive me for, you know, being all in between. And there's just no coming back from that. Dang. And it sucks. It's very sad, but you got to get out of it. And I'm so sorry that you had to hear it this way, because I know that you're probably so mad at hearing this. Everyone who's in a cycle is going to disagree. I got it. I know. Been there. I would get so mad. I would be like, you're so mean. You guys are so mean to me. You don't want to hear me. No, but you're just annoying. Like, we told you and you're over it. Like, that's literally what I I wish I could tell myself now. Like, people are sick and tired of hearing your shit. You're in the same thing. It's been years. Get over it. You need to move on. Like, stop yapping about it. It's just annoying.
Yeah, that was a good conversation right there.
It was.
You feel good?
We slayed. Yeah, I feel good.
We had a lot of toxic moments in this podcast, but we're going to wrap it up. We have to film a couple videos right now. If you guys liked this comment, your first time listening, and you're all the way to the end, thank you so much. We also have a Spotify where we post this stuff onto. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this one, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.